Hello viewers, you're watching Nltv News Now. This is Nufu Iyer and here are the headlines. Nagaland government has announced extension of COVID-related lockdown measures and relaxations till September 16. Unlock 5 is to continue for another 2 weeks. Union Minister for Road Transport and Highways Nitin Gadkari announced projects to enhance Northeast road connectivity, sanctioned budget for highway project in Assam and Manipur. Taliban likely to form a government in country on Friday. Taliban preparing to announce formation of government after Friday prayers. Flash floods caused by the remnants of Hurricane Ida killed at least 44 people in the US on Thursday. Reportedly, at least 23 people in New Jersey and 12 in New York City were killed. And now the news in details. The state government has announced an extension of the ongoing COVID-related lockdown measures and relaxations for various activities in the state till September 16. Home Department Principal Secretary Abhijit Sinha issued an order stating that the government decided to extend the lockdown measures and relaxations for various activities. As per August 18 order, which was decided by the HPC of COVID-19 headed by Chief Minister Nefurio, for the Unlock 5 is to continue for another 2 weeks. Conomar Green Village reopened its tourism activities from Thursday. The chairman of Ecotourism Management Committee of Conomar Green Village informed that tourists planning to visit Conomar would be allowed only on pre-booking and package tours. Furthermore, all the tourists are asked to produce vaccination reports to the concerned tour operator. It further advised visitors to follow the 3 Ws, which mean to wear mask, wash hands and watch distance, while to avoid the 3 Cs, which meant crowded places, close contact and closed and enclosed places. After Nltv highlighted story of a minor being rescued in Kermahal area of Dimapur on Thursday, the 8-year-old has finally returned home. It may be worth mentioning that the boy named Akole was found by a shop owner in Kermahal area, Dimapur. The boy was found crying near a shop and drew the shopkeeper's attention. Soon after, the shop owner contacted police and minor was handed over to the child helpline on Friday. Akole has returned home safely after his parents contacted child helpline. When Nltv spoke to Akole and his mother after their reunion, they seemed happy and thanked Nltv and the locals for their help.
저도 안티 앞년 또 타이tia 관이시나 타이로데 액션 아라이시 구셔도 이또 모두 고이나 타이 마티아스도 이또 앞년 자니는 단전에
Oi, tai mogan khor ne borse ase. Tai jun mili thage, tai jun ne thage. To satin de do inika bahare na chai hulibi. Ja kali do tai jun market de beraule jawo gona. Do tala sadi bra loi jai shekuche. To tadi bra tala sadi do tai ki chari na jai jai Tura mula chokra itu tai to bar de be naulai rasta pe na janing na khore ai bole na janing na tai inika kurina tai rasta alag te jai ja harai ja ole tala sati ke hoti she mo to jon iglo le jai she ole tai to khore jai jai she ina ko she ole bi mula chokra to khore pongcha nai tai to rasta janing na ai jai she ole mula chokra to rasta na janing na inika tai du di inika alag jai jai she Tura makan man jakali bisari te she 10 baji 11 baji ini kata bisari tegi chule be makan ko tebi ba nai to sa tala sati to sa iku kon bi nai tai lore hotai tai lore tege tagi huti se tai bi na jane ko itu bichi ro tai chune bi lok pa nai to ba to sa manu ke bi huti bole bi nai tala sati itu ase to ba bisari pa nai aro last day na korina apni ganra ini ga paina ani ti se koina newspaper bisire mokambi mon aramoina aji mola chokra ke aji yati aina lokpa nimde apni gange bi inga mola pacha ke man barbara siding na inika raketia nimde moi bi bishi kushi pra apni gange itu koitias
ini apni a lot brief kuri tan la situation kina thai je on upon inquiry tan la situation kan kina thai je aro tan la story han kina thai je a lot brief kuri
yesterday, aji morning ko at around 3:14 I got a call from unknown number, so I just pick it, and then you don't ko de baba laga bacha baba laga friend ase when I call ko so I told him the child is safe with Childline as of now. We libi kaldi he morning de he ahigina we will discuss in detail or in a group. That is how the information we managed to contact the parents. Total parents kan kina pashi na ko de YouTube de Nagaland TV la Trubratan information pashi ko na. That is how they contact the Childline. Ama aji morning ama aishe aro nebrekta higina sorry interact rina kotha kura dam dito. We learned that Amma is a vegetable vendor. She sells vegetables, and then Baba to is a daily wage earner, and then they stays in Kuda village, and then they have 5 siblings. Bacha pasta se kushe ina hoigina. He is the 3rd child. Bacha to bisi smart ase. He is able to say a lot of things about himself, but he could not name his parents. Baba la nambi nachine, Amma la nambi nachine, aro talagor address kan, school naam kan, eko nachana karne. We had a hard time locating.
Guwahati High Court Kohima bench, in response to the PIL, filed against Personnel and Administrative Reforms Department for allowing 76 departments to conduct departmental exams without the consent of NPSC and NSSP. As a result, the court, during its recent hearing, decided to suspend the BNAR departments and gave 4 weeks' time to the government to file a reply. RPB further informed that it learned Consul Nityo Koza also submitted before the court that NSSP was already constituted by the state government, and rules that were framed on July 31, 2020 had become effective from the day it was notified. Therefore, the motive to keep NSSP non-functional for such a long period seemed intentional and questionable. 7 legislators from Nagaland are currently participating in an ongoing 2-day workshop conference in Delhi. The workshop is hosted by PRS Legislative Research at India International Centre, New Delhi, for the state legislators of Northeast India. The legislators from Nagaland who attended the workshop are Tongpang Ozakam, Dr. Nikisale Kire, Mathang Yantan, KD Shukalu, H. Hekovi Yeptomi, H. Haying and Medo Yoka on the first day. The workshop had intensive discussion on topics like effective legislative engagement, understanding budget and state finance, the fund flow of Northeast through central schemes, while on the second day the workshop to include Finance Commission recommendation, Act East policy and challenges and opportunities of Northeast. The Delhi Police Special Cell have arrested an illicit firearms and ammunition trafficker of Bihar and have recovered 5 pistols and 200 cartridges from him on Friday. Deputy Commissioner of Police Pramod Singh Kushwaha said that the arrested man was involved in supplying illegal arms and ammunition to criminals of Bihar and Delhi NCR, in addition to Moez in Odisha and Kachiroli in Maharashtra. He said that the arrested firearms trafficker Ram Kishan Singh alias Master is a resident of Bhojpur in Bihar. Further interrogation is underway. The Minister for Road Transport and Highways, Nitin Gadkari, took it to Twitter and informed that construction work in Assam for two-lane bridge with its approaches across River Brahmaputra on NH17 at Jogigoba with the budget of Rs 746.76 crore has been sanctioned. Nitin Gadkari further informed that widening and improvement work for 4 lanes with paved shoulder of Kwaram Tora village to Dilai section of NH29 has been sanctioned on EPC mode as recommended by SFC with budget of Rs 625.64 crores. Minister for Road Transport and Highways also mentioned the 3 project in Manipur for widening 2 lanes with hard shoulder of Ukrul, Toloi, Tadubi section of NH102A with a budget of Rs 310.76 crore and 2 lanes with paved shoulder road for Tamenglong to Mahur NH137 with a budget of Rs 477.86 crore has been sanctioned. He further mentioned that 2-lane construction from Tamenglong to Mohar NH137 near Jiri River has been sanctioned on EPC mode with a budget of Rs 331.18 crore in Manipur. National Highways and Infrastructure Development Corporation has withdrawn all further activities for the construction of 2-lane on National Highway 202 from Akeko to Akash Bridge in Chesame under Peg district of Nagaland. It further stated that local population have put up large number of structures on the proposed row with the sole intention of getting undue compensation. Managing Director of NHIDCL asserted that they have prepared a drone movie mentioning about recent structures that came up in an organized manner. Further, it stated that the drone movie will be processed with the sole aim to obtain compensation. Meanwhile, NIHDCL requested the Chief Secretary to direct the concerned DC and identify such structures that came up recently. Furthermore, it has directed to get such illegal structures removed so that the compensation need not be paid to some mischievous persons. In an interview with Director, Department of School Education, Wontungo Tsopoi further informed that department is ready to reopen offline classes for class 9 and 10 across the state. He further said that shutting down of schools has only made the students lose another year. The Department of School is ready to reopen classes anytime soon, and even if the classes reopens, strict SOPs are to be followed and maintained. He suggested that the department is waiting for the High Power Committee to make a decision for reopening of schools.
Welcome to Nltv Somanula Awas. Aji Nltv than yide Kohima Director of School Education Office ta inaze. Aro amin than lot tahana Director ide inaze. Ta lot hoda hodi gunai do individual process kurubo. Welcome to Nltv, sir. Sir, aji mohan news hunya hisabte research kuna newspaper de ola do ita do schools thambi class 9 and 10 thando resume guna jabo ina kwa hunise. And aro itu do apni thando willing guna je hulibi ta do power higher power thanla response rukhe je ina uje to sir apni kina ki expectation kore je apni kina expect kore je to koi develop
Directorate to American School Education expect kora to ole to we expect positive response from government because government only to children nimite or department nimite phal nimite bhabi ase aro mukhan children to etia system bar jali to etu students khan to beshi noksan hobula ase tu bara etu amikhan bisas thaka to government bara higher classes to from 9 to 12 etu to class to resume koribo koina mukhan paribo obola etu mukhan to etu bisas to thake ase
acha to sir etu school thanno panjas tan government hala allowed korina jawole ase to like it will be in the basis of alternative days hola 50% guna ina jawola regular pulam ne regular gina jaidesi na jawo
still not yet finalized, so I cannot give you the clear picture, how to go about, because government is there, government ase, government bara kinega hukum tibo tibi ekta ase. There are 2-3 ways, alternative ways. One way is regular classes, maintaining SOP. Another one is alternate classes. Alternate classes we can run kurubule para. 18 cap hoikina bi run kurubule para. Bacha khan bishi hole to cap thakikina bi noile morning evening shift enika hole bi paribo. Etu teacher khan olop to tuk pabo. Olbi student khan nimite etu korile phal hona ki etu government direction to kinika tibo etu to ami khan to kobo na pare olbi department laga view to alternative holibi ki holibi etu quality le phal hobona ki etu pabi.
Acha to so etu ami dhan below 18 years la vaccine do olai nai debi aro mohan saishu do almost all the student so manu 90% do saishu do class 10 la niche do tahan do 18 years below hui jai to panja situ resume hui jai do teachers than do tahan do vaccinated thuina thagilwi do students than la bhitor de aro ina than do idu apni than kina tackle guna situation kina tackle guna idu hui jabo na apni olop kui do parbo sir.
Etu vaccine laga issue to department bar to kobo to na pare. Why? Because it involves the even the medical department and the preparedness of the state government about the vaccine. So etu vaccine to only to sob manu ko ase bacha khan bi tibo lage, student khan bi tibo lage below the age of 18. However, itia tak to only to eman tak to ahana emekan state to aro tangur khan bi bishi to noloi gina ase. One order is that teacher khan to sob lobo lage etu to ekta ase aro student khan bi for precautionary measure in a month or two it can be introduced nahole tile to vaccine to tile etu moon tangur hogina bisas tangur thakigina class te pohigina listen khan sikabole parebo holibi etu to koa nishina government to police kine ga ahibo department to oli to mukhan to khushi ase etu bacha khan ge tile freely children can go and play and then they can interact with teachers freely etu to mukhan etu khushi ase etu ko.
Thank you sir. Aminan sob dikise aro hunise ki Department of School Education thando willing ase class 9 aro 10 thambi resume guna jabole classes thando holibi tahan eta do higher power committee la response thando rukho edu kina ho decision do tang kina lina jawo aro edu ina jaina student thangani baba ma thangani bi aro sob staff thangani bi tahan arrange kunai du do SOP tha maintain guna jawo inauna jinai dia ase aro apni than indu side hani bishi thanks ami ide amila cameraman KV lot ase aro ami reporter. Thank you for watching Nltv.
State government of Nagaland has issued a public advertisement inviting applicants for the post of the chairperson of Nagaland Electricity Regulatory Commission. Reportedly, the NERC was practically out of action for last 2 years following retirement of the previous chairperson cum member, according to sources. The previous chairperson retired in August 2019 and since then the NERC has remained without a working member. Northeast Railway Frontier Chief Public Relations Officer Gunet Kaur in a press informed that NFR will start operating 2 weekly short-distance partial special trains comprising of 10 general class coaches depending on demand within its jurisdiction for the purpose of helping local producers or traders in transportation. Gunet Kaur further said that one of the weekly train will be between Katihar to Jorhat and vice versa with stoppages at Dimapur, Meriani, Lamding, Hojal, Guwahati, while the other parcel train will run daily between Lamding to Silchar and Agartala and vice versa, with stoppages at Lamding, New Haflong, Silchar. A tunnel-like structure was discovered at the Delhi Legislative Assembly on Thursday. Delhi Legislative Assembly Speaker Ram Niwas Goel said that the tunnel connects the Legislative Assembly to Red Fort and was used by the Britishers to avoid reprisal while moving freedom fighters. Goel further informed that the Delhi Legislative Assembly, which was used as Central Legislative Assembly after shifting of capital from Kolkata to Delhi in 1912, was turned into a court in 1926 and Britishers used the tunnel to bring freedom fighters to the court. The distance between Delhi Assembly and Red Fort is around 5.6 kilometers. Victory Flame commemorating 1971 war reaches Mumbai, celebrating the landmark historical event of the nation, winning the 1971 Indo-Pak War. The flame, which was lit at New Delhi by Prime Minister Narendra Modi in December last year, will be taken to the houses of all the war heroes. According to Commander Mehul Karnik, defense spokesperson, it will be stationed in Mumbai till September 9, and during this period, the Indian Armed Forces will organize various events. Reportedly, the flame will then head to Panachi, Goa. The CBI carries out searches at 19 locations in connection with alleged manipulation of 2021 JEE men's examination by a private institute, Affinity Education Private Limited, and its directors. The JEE examination is a stepping stone for admission to IITs and NITs. The CBI team swooped 19 locations in Delhi and NCR, Pune, Jamshedpur, Indore and Bangalore. 25 laptops, 7 PCs and 30 post-dated checks along with incriminating documents including BTC's mark sheet of different students were found. Several people are being questioned and the investigation is continuing, saying Ramesh Chandra Joshi. India reports 45,352 fresh COVID-19 cases with 366 deaths in the last 24 hours. India's recovery rate now stands at 97.45%. A total of 34,791 patients recovered in the last 24 hours, which bring the total recoveries to 3,20,63,616 across the country in the last 24 hours, with 3,99,778 active cases. Meanwhile, Nagaland records a total of 30,157 COVID-19 cases, while total death rose to 620. The Taliban are likely to form a government in the country on Friday, 2 weeks after seizing power in Afghanistan. As per sources, the Taliban is preparing to announce the formation of a government today after the Friday prayers. The last of the troops from the United States were airlifted by their government on August 31, leaving the Taliban in full control of Afghanistan without any foreign troops in the country for the first time in over 20 years. Japan's Prime Minister Yoshihide announces that he will not run for re-election as party leader. Ending his tenure of 1 year, the announcement was made in an emergency meeting of senior members of the ruling Liberal Democratic Party as his approval ratings dropped to an all-time low of 31.8%. Secretary General of LDB said that the PM wants to focus his efforts on anti-coronavirus measures and not run for re-election, as Japan has recorded nearly 16,000 deaths and 1.5 million cases during the pandemic and a slow vaccination rollout. The ruling LDB is due to hold an election on 29 September to pick its president, where it is widely expected to be Japan's leader as the LDB holds a parliamentary majority. Actor Siddharth Shukla was cremated this afternoon in Mumbai, a day after his sudden death shocked his fans and left the entertainment world shaken. His body was taken from the hospital in a flower-decked ambulance straight for the cremation home, where his relatives, friends and colleagues were present to pay their last respects. Reportedly, the actor's autopsy was completed last night at a Mumbai hospital and no injuries were found. As per reports, a team of 3 doctors carried out the post-mortem and informed that no external or internal injuries were found.
तुम थोड़ा राइट में जाओ, राइट में जाके नहीं राइट में जाओ, राइट में जाके लेफ्ट तक आ जाना। हाँ, आगे खत्म करना, क्लोजिंग करना, क्लोजिंग 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 करना है। थोड़ा पीछे जाओ, पीछे जाओ, और पीछे और पीछे और पीछे, पीछे जाके आगे जाना। क्लोजिंग, स्टैंड बाय, 3, 2, 1।
That's all we have for now. Keep watching Nagaland TV for more news and updates.